Welcome everyone to Talking Studio Heads.
Welcome everyone. How are you, mate?
I'm good. What about you?
I'm fine. Everything is okay, guys.
Okay.
Just finished the new remix. I'm really excited about that one. I'm gonna share it as soon as I got a master. But I love this. It sounds so 90s, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it because I have all good vibes, which really I'm missing nowadays. But we are not here to talk about my remix, but we are here to talk about brand new topic, which is vocals. Exactly. So it's a huge topic actually because not sometimes. Pardon?
Absolutely. I completely agree.
I think vocals are one of the most essential part of a track, of a vocal part, of course. And I really treat them such an incredible respect. I mean, there is a story behind any sort of a song, any kind of a singer, and I usually treat her or him so properly. With the golden gloves, we say here in Italy.
Yeah, because you don't want to make it wrong, to do it wrong.
Exactly. What about you? What do you think about this?
Well, I have this incredible this incredible story about recording vocals and everything, and I will probably tell you guys about this in the next few minutes. But first, I would like to know exactly how Gai actually
works on vocals. Yeah. Sometimes, okay, I will kick it off with this topic because sometimes I work several times with vocals. It depends on the project, of course. But sometimes I got some vocals from a singer, and literally I built my whole song, a brand new song on vocals. So I got vocals and I tried to add music on it. How do I usually do it? I try to feel what she or he says and how he says, the impact of the voice, the intention of the voice itself. So I try to build a kind of perfect match between vocals and drums layers in general. So for me, even though back in the days I was not a big fan of vocals track, but I gotta say that nowadays vocals are an essential part of my job. I'm just finishing an album right now, which is kind of an album with 11 or 12 tracks, and I think maybe 10 out of 11 or 12 are vocal tracks. So they are so important to me. I usually my approach with vocals is really laid back. I mean, I try to leave the vocals breathe and tell them the story of a track. Talking about the studio or actually the plugins that I usually use on vocals, I usually start with, Nectar from Isotope? Maybe you do?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nectar is one of my favorite, but you gotta be really careful with them because I usually treat them with a kind of small percentage. I mean, 5% or 10% of Nectar, because it's an incredible plugin. But again, I just want to leave the vocals sound natural.
Yeah.
Even though with some imperfections, but the imperfections are human. And I love the imperfection of a vocal. I mean, vocals, to me, actually, my opinion, vocals in general don't have to be perfectly tuned, perfectly pitched, because they are not real. And it sounds like really fake to me. I'm not talking about, of course, Melodyne or whatever, but one of the most important part of the vocals to me is that they have to sound real and human.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's easy with to fall in the trap of tech
Exactly.
and the auto tune and everything. Like we are
Exactly.
not T-Pain, we are not walking in T-Pain's shoes.
Yeah,
For sure not.
exactly. Exactly.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, if you have incredible stories or things to share about recording or processing or just working with vocalists and vocals in general,
Sure.
please let us know in the comment section below on our respective socials and our YouTube channel. Exactly. And message us if you have any cool stories or any questions when it comes to vocals, because we would be very happy to address these questions, these incredible topics in a future episode of Talking Studio Heads.
Well, I'm very curious to know your story.
The stories. I have many stories about recording vocals. Okay. And the thing is, you have no idea how much a difference choosing the right microphone for your acoustics and for your environment, choosing the right microphone, the difference that it makes. It's just crazy. My best experience was recording with Dainzel, with whom I've just done a track, a synthwave track called "You Should Have Let Me Go," featuring in the movie soundtrack that I did recently, "Borrowed Time," and. But that was like 10 years ago. We were working on something completely different for himself, and re-recorded this whole thing. He was in a room that didn't look great at all, but with the right acoustics. And in there, we recorded his vocals, very dry, with a U87 from Neumann.
Wow,
man! The quality of the recording was just outstanding.
Yeah, impressive.
And the guy was actually recording it all through a summing console from, I think, SSL.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, God, man. Just incredible sound. And there I was like, okay, I understand why this microphone costs 4K, 4 grand or more. I mean, this is, there are some things that, you know, money can buy and that will get you leaps ahead. And the U87 microphone is exactly that. So that's the lesson I learned on that day of 2011, 10 years ago. So a good microphone and the right acoustics makes an entire record, if you want.
Exactly.
Because this is where a good vocalist can actually take, you know, do an entire performance. You cannot see it,
exactly.
but you can hear it and you can feel it. And working in this environment makes a world of difference. So that's something sometimes, you know, I like recording and doing stuff with Fiverr artists or collaborations. I did an incredible, you probably remember that track Slipping that I did on Bright Lights.
Sure, of course.
She has an incredible tone, an incredible grain and everything. And seriously, this is no, she didn't happen to work with Oakenfold on this Bonka album by accident. I mean, she did the track Hypnotized with him, and you can hear that. The sound quality of her vocals, just amazing. And well, that's the thing, you know, when you have someone with a good voice, it's cool. But having the right microphone,
it makes the difference. Definitely,
it makes the record. Or it won't necessarily break it if you use the wrong microphone. But for recording vocals of myself, you know, through my experience doing, you know, video presentation like the Atmosphere collection that I did the past weeks. I was using a hypercardioid microphone, a Rode NT1, for recording my my voiceover, and it was fine. And then I use a directional microphone for the other videos for volume 2 and 3. I got a much better response in the compression. So an overall much better quality. Why? Because I was so much noise. There was so much noise around me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the neighbors and the keyboard, the
Yeah,
keys of the keyboard and everything. With a directional microphone, you can cut this away from your mix. Crazy. And that's in the context of a video. So imagine the context of an entire song. It makes a world of difference. So that's my story about vocals. And of course, just like you, I use the likes of Nectar, and also I'm a big fan of Melodyne for just, you know, the final touches here and there, but don't overdo it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to say. That overdoing it is just, you know, I mean, we all love the shiny voices or shiny vocals around, but it doesn't sound involved anymore. It sounds something really fake, actually, to my ears.
Yeah.
And vocals and voice must sound like a proper voice. So treat it with a huge respect because it deserves it.
I think that people are more sensitive to or sensible to a great performance in terms of feeling, rather than a good performance that's completely in tune but lifeless.
Yeah, that's true.
I think I will always go for the great performance that's not perfect.
Yeah.
And it should be the same, you know, with the piano here behind me is the same.
Yeah, exactly. Totally true. But it's real, you know what I mean? And we all love the real
fake it.
Exactly. And real music is made of imperfection. Thanks God. Actually. So let's the real music.
The real music, the real performance, that's what matters. So do it from start to finish and don't question too much about anything else. Just do couple 3 takes maximum with the right environment, the right microphone, the right compression, and you're done. I mean, of course you're gonna use reverb and delay and everything. That is part of the thing, but that's not gonna save a performance that's subpar. That's not gonna save a performance that's lacking the right environment or something like this. That is it for this episode.
Exactly, which was amazing. I really, you know, I really enjoyed it. So
this is a very vast topic too. So we surely can cover it in the next few episodes with other specific topics regarding, for example, vocal processing, vocal effects, and, you know, vocal tricks, and I'm sure we'll
always up.
I can't wait for this. So
all right, thank you for that.
Thanks everyone for watching, and thank you, Guy, for your time, and see you next week for another episode of Talking Studio Heads.
Studio Head,
and
with the one and only Mr. Laurent.
Oh yeah, okay, and the one and only Gai Barone. Thanks a lot.
The one and only Mr.
And see you next week. Bye.
See you next week, guys. Thank you. Ciao, ciao. Bye.